Hey guys, welcome back. In this video we're doing a simple tutorial on hanging a necklace pendant that has a side drilled hole. We're also putting some simple sliding knots on as well. The pendant I'm using today is a boulder opal. It's a triangle shaped stone with a hole drilled from the left to right sides through the top corner. For our necklace cord we're using 45 inches of 1.5mm cord. Now start by threading our pendant onto the cord. So you do need to have a thread that's small enough to fit through the hole on your pendant. Now place the ends together, pulling your pendant down to the middle of your cord. Now we grab just to the right hand side of the pendant there, and we're going to tie our first knot. So just holding it there and taking the right end of the cord down and around our finger 2 times to form 2 full loops around our finger. Now gently removing the 2 loops and bringing the end of our cord around, we're going to place that end down both loops. Pulling it out the right hand side, and now gently pulling this knot down onto that point in our cord. Pulling it nice and tight, and now sliding that pendant up against the knot. Now swapping the necklace onto the opposite side, gently holding the right side of our pendant and bringing this cord down the back and around our finger 2 times to form 2 full loops around our finger. Gently removing the loops and bringing our cord around to place it down both loops. Pulling it out the right hand side, and this time we're gently going to pull our knot down tight and work it up really close to our pendant. So slowly working that knot so that we can pull it up nice and close and it holds that pendant secure. So gently wiggling and pulling that knot. When it's in the right position, then pull it really nice and tight. Now your pendant should be nice and secure in the center of your cord. I like to make sure my cords are even, so just pulling them up off the pendant and cutting that slightly longer end off. It's just easier to get our knots even. Now laying our necklace down on the table with the cords overlapped and this left side cord on the top. Now picking it up and holding it in our left hand with this left side cord at the back. Now bringing it over the front, down and out the back to form our first loop here. Now working towards the left, again over the front, down and out the back to form our second loop here. Now bending the end of our cord around and placing it down both loops. Pulling it out the right hand side and gently pulling this knot down tight and tidy. So that should be your first sliding knot. It should slide along the other cord. Now we swap the necklace onto the opposite side, again holding it in our left hand with this left side cord at the back. Now bringing this end over the front, down and out the back to form our first loop here. And again to the left, over the front, down and out the back for our second loop. Now bending the end of our cord around and placing it down both loops. Pulling it out the right hand side. Now this time we're gently going to pull our knot down so that we can make it nice and even with this side. So holding it out, because our cords were the same length, we want the same length as this tail here. So just slowly work it down so that you can get those tails nice and even. Once it's in the right position, you can pull it nice and tight. Now you can check that both your knots are sliding okay and that everything's in the right position. You can try it on for size as well. You can always untie and retie any of these knots, but if you're happy with them, then cut these tails off just outside the knots and singe with a lighter so they don't fray. So there's your necklace with side drilled pendant and sliding knots.